But yeah, that was the one watch that I sold. Be a little bit of a bitch to say you can say overhyped about any Rolex model right now. Well, you know, I kind of like that. Hi, my name is Jenny. You have asked me your questions on Instagram and here on YouTube. So we're going to start right away with the first one. It says, what about your collection? Anything you're thinking of selling? And what is your next planned purchase? Well, this is that one thing I don't think I've ever said it in a video. I did sell my Yachtmaster, actually. And that was some time ago too. So this is not like a new selling thing. Not necessarily because I didn't like it as much. It was just that one watch in my collection I felt the most comfortable parting with because I had the least personal connection to it. And what did I do with the money? It's been such a long time ago. I think I just sold it because the price was good. Someone was offering me a very good price for it. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I think I just invested it back into some, I don't know, like video equipment or something. But yeah, that was the one watch that I sold. And about the new purchases, well, I keep on drumming about my Serpenti from Bulgari that I haven't bought yet. I wanted to go for an Aquanaut, a vintage one from Patek. Still didn't get that one. And I don't know why I haven't bought any new watches yet. Somehow, I don't know, I'm not finding the right offers. It's just not, it doesn't feel right buying a watch right now. Can't really put my finger on it why, but yeah, this is the state of my collection right now. Everything is still there except for my Yachtmaster, and nothing new has replaced it ever since. What was my first YouTube channel I subscribed to? What was the first watch-related channel I subscribed to? Do you still engage with these channels or have you moved on? I think my very first YouTube channel I've ever subscribed to was Jenni Marbles, and my first watch YouTube channel was, I can't remember if it was Watchfinder or Bark and Jack, now Adrian Barker. One of these two, or maybe like both at the same time. Unfortunately, Jenni Marbles is no longer on YouTube, but I still do watch Adrian's content and Andrew's content. He's now moved on. He's got his own channel. I will link both of them down below. And they're great. And I'm so happy that everyone is still around, except for Jenna, of course. Hi, love your channel. Thank you. Question, which affordable watch you have gives the feeling of luxury? See, the word affordable is a bit tricky. What could be affordable for one person won't be necessarily affordable for the other one. Versa. My Seiko Presage Cocktail Time 34mm with the red dial, that was considerably affordable. I think it was about 200, I want to say. That feels good, wears incredibly comfortable, very reliable, looks extremely well made, is extremely well made. And that gives off the feeling of luxury for me. And my Seiko Tank homage / copy also feels very luxurious to me. The leather strap feels very nice. It's not as padded, which some people will say, oh, that's kind of an indicator of lower quality, which I think is bullshit because it's actually more comfortable. Because those thick padded leather straps on some watches, if they're too thick, like with my Chun-Li Seiko, it's unwearable for like smaller wrists like mine. So I very much appreciate the thinner strap on my Seiko Tank, and the case looks amazing. I think the color tone of the gold is just right. It's not too like cool toned or too warm toned, because I think sometimes when it's not like actually gold plated, it can come off very cheap because they don't really nail down the gold tone, but that one really hits it on the head. And those would be the first two that pops into my mind that are affordable watches that feel very much like luxury to me. I think my Seiko Tank was about 100 and I don't know, like something. I got it from Amazon, so that's that. Why have the brands decided to make everything smaller with no love for larger models? Not everyone is in the IBWC club like yourself. P.S. I daily and Omega also deep for perspective. Jesus, your wrists must be huge. Well, you know, I kind of like that. So I'm very happy with this trend. And I kind of feel like since it's like a pendulum swing, it has swung so far into the larger models like section, and now it's swinging back the opposite. And I think in a couple of years, we'll just find that we are in the middle again, and you've got larger size watches and smaller ones. And I mean, now with like, you can see it in brands like Hamilton, for example, they offer the same model in different sizes, which I think is great. I think that's the ultimate goal that we want to achieve, right? That you have a watch that is so beloved and that you can just choose the perfect size for your wrist. I mean, I cannot pull off an Omega Ultra Deep, but would be nice to wear one, you know, or I don't know. Sometimes, hear me out. Sometimes I dream, and that's probably like technically not possible or just very difficult to achieve. Dream of a 36 millimeter, hold on, Sky Dweller. That would be great, right? Imagine just a smaller, sleeker Sky Dweller, rose gold with this like, what's that, kind of like a petrol greenish dial. I would be in heaven with this one, but we're not there yet. Hopefully we will be. So I don't agree with the everything smaller statement, but it's gotten a lot smaller and I'm happy about it. Still, there are large watches out there, and I'm very happy that you've got your Omega Ultra Deep. That is incredible. But yeah, give it a couple of more years time and then we'll be in the middle again. Right, and I'm going to switch over to your Instagram questions. If you want to have your question answered in my Q&A here on Instagram or in my next Q&A video here on YouTube, make sure to follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, and also follow me on Instagram. So the first one from Instagram says, what watch should I start my collection with? I get that question a lot. People asking me, hey, I really enjoy watches, but I'm not sure where to start out with. And there's no one true answer for everyone out there. You have to understand that this is so subjective. I mean, it starts with the size. I don't know your wrist circumference, so it could be that you would be more comfortable with something on a leather strap to start out with, or maybe you have larger wrists and you're fine with like full steel bracelets and larger cases. I think you should always start out with a watch that is not breaking the bank, so you can kind of try out what you like, what you dislike. Don't try to go super cheap either. You want to have something that is built to last, at least in some way. I would say look into Seiko, look into Citizen, look into Tissot. Oh gosh, there's so many more. I mean, you guys can leave your recommendations in the comments down below, what your first watch was and if it was a good idea or not. And so people can just scroll down and read all about it. I think my very first watch was a Swatch. So yeah, start out moderate, dip your toes into the water, and then work your way up if you want to, or don't. Thoughts on the Rolex Daytona on Oysterflex, cool or overhyped? Well, I think you can say overhyped about any Rolex model right now. Is it cool? I have to say I wasn't the biggest fan at first of any watch on an Oysterflex. It kind of has grown on me though. I had to see this one in person. That was a watch that I had to see in person, try it on to be convinced that this was a cool combo, because it really looks nice. It has a very summery feeling to it. I don't really think this is a winter watch. I don't know. Some people think this is crazy having watches for summer and winter in terms of looks, but this is a very summery watch to me. It looks great when I see someone wearing shorts and a linen shirt or a dress. An Oysterflex and a Daytona can look very great. But is it cool? Yeah, it is cool. It's overhyped too. I don't mind it. It wouldn't be something that I would personally wear, but I think it looks great on most people. Hello from Australia. Hello from Germany. First luxury Rolex watch to mark birth of my kid. Congratulations. Budget is 11,000 euro. Well, that's a great budget. I am such a big fan of any Oyster Perpetual in 36 millimeter. And I would just go for that one. Perhaps go with the, I just need to check if the silver / gold dial combo is below 11,000 right now. Yeah, so the 126000 is currently very close below the 10K line. I saw this one a couple of weeks ago in a 28 millimeter diameter. Almost bought it because it was so beautiful. Can totally see this one in 36 being such a nice birth year watch in 20, 30 years as well. Have it engraved, take the case back to your AD and have it engraved. That would be such a great idea, I think. I would go for a 36 Oyster Perpetual. I think that's the perfect birth celebration watch for you and your child. What are your thoughts on Rolex AD servicing compared to no AD? Okay, so if it's an AD servicing watch or a non-AD. Well, I've brought watches to a watchmaker that was not certified or an authorized dealer or whatever. And I've also brought my watch to someone who is, and there wasn't really a difference in terms of experience. I mean, if you bring your watch to an AD, you get like the little service pouches from Rolex, for example, in most cases. I think it comes down to the watchmaker and their skills. If you have someone who is an amazingly good watchmaker but is not certified, so what? I wouldn't mind it. How can you actually get the watch, as I'm on 10 waiting lists, without paying 40% more? This guy is referring to my GMT Master 2 that I was wearing in this picture. Well, it's not mine, it's my husband's. It's his watch, but I borrowed it. Listen, being on 10 waitlists is not going to get you anywhere if you are not consistent with like 1 or 2 ADs and really stress that you want this watch. Because if you keep on going to the next one and to the next one, I think they will be able to tell that you're not very committed to that one shop. And I'm not saying this is okay of them. I'm not trying to justify AD's behavior because sometimes it's outrageous. But my best advice here would be, because GMT Masters are very, very much a watch model that is distributed a lot to ADs. They receive lots and lots of GMTs because they're so popular. Stick to like 1 or 2 ADs that you really, really like, that you've got a good rapport with, and tell them like, hey, I want this watch and I'm ready to buy. I got the money. Please let me know when one comes in that I can have. And, you know, have regular check-ins. I don't know, like perhaps once a month or something, like go by and be like, hey, by the way, it's me again. Any news on the progress of my GMT Master? And try to go that way. That would be my only advice for if you want to not pay over retail for it. If you're just fed up with waiting, just see if you can find a good retail price and just go for it. And last but not least, a question I get so many times, which I think is so interesting because I never see watch winders anywhere, but so many people ask me about this. Is it bad to leave my watch on a winder all the time? Or something along the lines of, hey, does my watch winder, it's going to break my watches, or do I need a watch winder? Which watch winder is good? So is it really bad? I don't think it's bad. It's mainly if you are, you know, a bit lazy and don't want to reset your automatic watches that are perhaps a bit more difficult to set if they have like a moon phase or something like this. And you don't want to like keep on resetting it every time you put it down for a couple of days and the power reserve runs out. Is it necessary? No, I don't think so. I mean, there's the minimal thing of the watch being like, since it's being constantly moved, the parts inside are also moving the entire time. And so you've got like a bit more abrasion to the parts, or erosion, however you want to call it. And that's something to keep in mind, even though I think it's not going to like break your watch. Perhaps like if you look at it from like a 20 or 30 year perspective, maybe a watch that has been in a winder all the time, like either being worn all the time or being in a winder all the time, maybe it needs one more servicing in those 30 years, I would say. Maybe I'm wrong here. I don't know. I haven't lived this long and used a watch winder for this long to really have any experience on it. But I can imagine that if you have a watch that is being constantly like moved around either on your wrist or in a winder, it might need some more servicing over time. Maybe you will run into a issue over time, like one issue more than you would have perhaps if you just put it down and let it rest for a bit. There used to be this thing about how the oils and like liquids in a watch would get like sticky and not as like smooth if you not like have it keep on moving. But that's just on like the very, very old vintage watches. Now with the new like synthetic oils and stuff, that's not a problem. So I think it's just a matter of like preference and convenience if you have a watch that might be a little bit of a bitch to set. So yeah, that is it. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for sending in your questions here on YouTube and on my Instagram. Like I said, if you want to have your question answered next in my video here on YouTube or on my Instagram, you should subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram where I post. And if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more watch videos like this one, I also do reviews and all kinds of watch related content on this channel. Subscribe to it, and then I will see you in my next one. Bye.